Previously on Homeland, you stand exactly like your mother did yesterday. She is an excellent bender, and you need that now. I am shifting you off balance.
This building needs to be destroyed, Tariq. It's mine to do with what I want.
His eyes widen as he sees the flames start to come, and he bolts for the window.
What was that? What's going on back there?
She's on her own side now. I don't believe that for a second. I want to know where General Bashir is. They intend to take Gaipan and then launch a siege on Ba Sing Se.
Tariq!
I tried.
I got us some resources.
You can see a fear and a distrust, even though he doesn't comment on it.
And now, the four of you leave the Iron Village, make your camp in the snowy hills and mountains surrounding the area, traveling towards your new objective, which is the
village of the town, the city,
village,
town, the village of
town city.
It's the village of Gaipan.
Yes,
which is we have just discovered that is the staging point for a siege of Ba Sing Se.
That's right.
So Bashira has
that old chestnut.
Yeah, has brought his armies.
Nothing's going to come of it, though.
No, I'm sure nothing, because there is no war in Ba Sing Se. So we're headed there. We know Bashir is there. He's setting up a staging point so that the invading armies have somewhere to stop on their route inland.
And this is the discussion that you have around the campfire in the a small valley between two mountains, a gully where you've set up camp. It's warm enough and will keep you warm with a little bit of extra earthbending, I presume.
Yep.
To give a bit of a roof.
You guys.
No.
Me, the firebender.
Yeah,
what
or
do you mean
even
I'm not helping with the warmth?
yeah, even just like rock walls that she's like slowly made to kind of keep out the elements.
Yeah.
Little wind,
Keep out the snow.
a little windbreak.
Yeah, like all the way around.
Wait,
her.
who's breaking wind? Sorry.
Oh.
We are teens, remember?
The four of you are around a campfire with a stone windbreaker in the valley between two mountains as you are trying to make your way to Gaipan village.
How far away are we?
It's a bit of a trek. It's going to be maybe a couple of weeks.
A couple of weeks from where we are?
Yeah.
And how are we for supplies?
You're okay for supplies.
Okay, good.
You
good.
have, like you've been doing before, you have Clove and you have Tariq, who are excellent foragers. They allow you to live off the land.
Great.
But something has happened in the village, and maybe it's time to talk about it.
Do we want to discuss what little things we've added to our sheets?
I was going to do that after you rested.
Okay, cool.
Oh, this is the same night. This is the next morning.
That's right. I kind of figured it'd be
that
after
night.
rest.
Yeah. I think Tariq is being noticeably quiet and stealing glances over at Kana every now and then, just kind of still rocked, for lack of a better term, from the events of the evening past. So he's kind of put himself at a suitable distance away from Kana.
And Tariq has cleared the condition afraid by running away from Kana in the previous town.
Running is one word, flying through the window is another, narrowly avoiding being burnt to incinerated, basically.
Yeah.
So he's still very much troubled.
I was going to say, sorry, it's good that you're talking, because I was going to say, I think there's some focus on Kana, as she's just kind of tipped over her balance. She's had a very affecting episode with her family, and so I think even with his not super strong harmony, Zhang is kind of trying to see how Kana is going. Like, what's her demeanor at this point?
I think Kana is staring at the fire into the embers and, without looking up, says, "Please, you don't all have to look at me like that."
I wasn't looking at you.
I was. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's not that. I'm sorry. I don't know how many times I can I can ever apologize for.
You don't have to be sorry. It's not that. We're not mad at you. We're just worried, right, Tariq? We're worried.
Sure, yeah. Worried. Yeah, that's the word.
She's gonna look up at Tariq and just hurt in her eyes.
He, like, takes a crunch of a berry and just...
Are you... Tariq, are you hurt?
Hurt? No. Little singed. Little crispy. You know, I guess you could put me on the fire. I'm almost done.
Wait, what happened back there?
Well, my family had this whole mine there, and they're just evil. They're all just evil.
I don't understand. I thought I saw you taking earrings from her. I thought you
because their money, their wealth. It's the only good thing my family can be used for.
You weren't trying to leave us?
Why would I leave you guys?
Well, they're your family. Like you said, they're wealthy. They have everything they can offer you.
They wanted me to take over. They either want me to be a soldier or a warmonger or...
A slave master.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah, so kind of blew up at them.
Well, I think Zhang even maybe kind of suppresses a chuckle at that because it's a good turn of phrase. Well, I mean, who wouldn't? That would make anyone mad.
No, I mean, like, she, like, blew up, like...
I set the building on fire. And Tariq nearly got burned.
What?
I don't know what else I was meant to do. Keep it up? I mean, if not for my aunt, then maybe my mother would come there, or even my father.
You burnt her on purpose with both of you inside?
Well, I didn't know Tariq was going to come in looking for me.
She wasn't trying to hurt anyone. She couldn't control it. Right?
She'll look away briefly.
I'm going to say that Zhang is trying desperately
With what resources he has, yes.
to guide and comfort.
I'm trying, yeah. Yeah, so I roll with harmony.
You roll with harmony.
Sorry, I'm not.
That's a miss.
That's fair. That's
Oh.
fair.
Oh no.
Yeah, you just miss. There is no...
It just doesn't... It means that I just don't get
that's right.
the benefit of being guided and comforted.
That's right.
It's not like I've rejected it or anything. It's just a swing and a miss.
Yes. Yeah.
Because the fact is, she did control it.
Yes.
She had a moment where she calmed down because of Tariq, and then willingly
Phoenixed
she
it.
used her firebending to explode the building. So I think she doesn't say anything, but just that comment, she looks away, and you can tell that she has that conflict in her of knowing that these are very sweet, lovely words, but they're not necessarily true.
How does that manifest physically?
She just can't meet anyone's eyes.
Okay.
Yeah, she just stares back into the fire, and maybe it grows a little bit.
It absolutely does. The fire grows.
Into that silence, Shank says, "Well, there's no point looking back. We know what's in front of us now."
Kana, you need to learn to control yourself. You could have killed Tariq. You could have killed yourself. What are you doing burning buildings down when there's people inside? Who are you?
There were Fire Nation inside, and those are the people we're trying to fight.
You were inside.
And I'm Fire Nation, Clove.
We're not trying to fight you. I thought you were with us.
I am. I'm sorry. I will control it. And she just looks back to the fire.
What are your principles? Zola?
Self-reliance and trust.
Clove. What? More to the point, what's up with you? Why are you hassling her?
Well, I just...
She's proven that she wants to fight with us and help us and come with us. First, you want to leave our friends behind, and now, when she's hurting, you attack her. We have to trust each other if we're going to make it through this. We're heading into the belly of the beast. I'm going to call you out
Yeah.
to
You don't say.
live up to trust. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what are the mechanics of that again? When you're calling out my principal?
So to call someone out to live up to a principle, shift your balance away from center, and then name and roll with their principle.
I don't think you have to because you're my ward. I think there's something.
Can you tell me what the
Yeah,
mechanics? I
give
don't
me
have to
one
shift,
sec.
do I? I don't have to shift. It releases me from that cost.
Just you can just do it, and you take a +1.
I get a +1 as
Yeah,
well. Okay,
yeah.
cool. So I'm going to roll with your trust, which is -1, I believe, at the moment.
Correct.
Yeah, so 0.
Yep. Yeah. With the +1 for being my ward.
I got a 5, so I miss. On a miss, they can demand you act in accordance with one of your principles instead. Mark a condition or act as they request.
Cool.
So, Mike, if you want to, I'm force and care. Yeah.
Yeah. It's such an interesting thing of this game because I'm like, I can actually see ways to call upon both of those.
Yes.
So, and my balance doesn't move at all, does it?
It doesn't.
Great. Love it. Zhang, what are you talking about? I'm giving her a hard time for her. She could have hurt Tariq. She could have hurt herself. Don't you care about them? That's why I'm doing it. I'm not doing it because I don't trust you. I'm doing it because I care about you guys.
And you get to make him do something
Yeah,
in
I have
accordance
to
with those.
Act
It's an
as
action.
you
Act
request.
upon
Oh, okay.
So you can ask me to do something specific.
Yeah, give me a second.
No worries. It's been a little while, so we're all
Yeah.
getting into the just as a reminder. I'll say it on mic. That this is an action game. Do the thing and then call them the move.
Yeah.
Don't say to do the move first. Just do things.
Yeah, that's why I asked for her principles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Made the speech and then said the move.
It's all good.
Yeah.
And you have to do what I say.
Yeah. Or he's
mark
taking a condition.
Or-
we
yeah.
did this last episode, so
Yeah, I remember.
I missed a call out. You asked me to run away, and I said no.
And you took a condition.
Took condition.
Yeah.
Zola gonna double down.
Yeah.
I know. I'm like maybe it might be ease.
Do you want suggestions? Or what?
Yeah, I want
Well,
suggestions because so I've called out your principle of care, and I just I don't know what an action that to ask you to do. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm asking something internally.
Keep a close eye on her.
Yeah, I was gonna say it needs to be like if you care, then you know
Ooh,
she
okay.
needs to be
Yeah,
able
yeah.
to earn her
Yeah.
trust.
I've got it. Okay. Zhang, we're always following you. The hothead. Maybe for once you need to look back and look after us. That's all I ever do. You need to look after us now.
You're right. I've forgotten that you're really all here because of me. This is my fight for justice. This is my mission to take down Bashira. I haven't thanked you all for being here, and it means a lot to me. I'm sorry. I'll do better. I'll make sure that you're okay and Kana's okay and everyone's protected.
It's okay. You're our leader, and I bring up the rear. But sometimes you need to look back.
Noticed I wasn't included in the caring bit there. Says under his breath.
If it's worth anything, Zhang, I'm glad to be following you.
Thanks. You're gonna have to follow me for a while yet. We're still weeks away from Gaipan.
Well, all this talk and lovey-dovey stuff and apologies have made me a little tired, so I'm just gonna nap right here.
Do you understand what he said?
Something about an ear.
He's had a long day, and that's mostly my fault. I'm sure a good night's rest will be good for him.
Like I said, a lot of walking ahead of us, so perhaps we all should get some rest.
That's a good idea.
You all settle down for rest. You all clear, because you're camping outside, get to mark off only 2 points of fatigue.
That's right. Have you ever had a good night's sleep?
Nope.
Nope, great.
No,
almost did.
We got close.
Yeah.
Happened again? We were
They
in
ruined
this
the
town.
It was
Yeah.
either Ellen or Zola's fault. I can't remember who.
I think it was Ellen's.
Hey!
It was kind of.
It was yours, wasn't it? Didn't you? Yeah.
We got attacked, and we were.
Oh no, she
Yeah.
gave all our money away.
That's right.
And then we couldn't pay for Ben's. knew it was
Was it
Kana.
your money or was it my money?
Friends, it was everyone's fault. Now,
I love Chris as the new.
as a quick note to our audience, we've done the growth questions already. I'm pretty sure we did them in the last episode.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we did.
But our players have spent those growth points
Yeah.
and turned them into purchases.
Got to spend
for
growth to make growth.
advancements to get more advanced. And we're going to quickly whip around the table, and you, as our lovely audience, get to know what our players have spent their powers on and what those powers do. We're going to start with Sean.
Oh, hello. Yeah. So I had a phenomenal amount of growth that I could impart upon myself. So the way I've done that is, number one, I have given myself one extra point to a stat, and I'm giving myself a +1 to focus. That puts me from a +0 to a +1 to encapsulate this idea that Tariq's realizing it can't always be all fun and games. So sometimes you got to bring in the focus. Still no harmony. Never have harmony. None of us do. And the other thing is I've taken a move from the playbook of the Prodigy, which basically states, as I will tell you in 1 second, coming from now as it comes up upon my screen, wait and listen, which is when you assess a situation while taking the time to use your extraordinary skills to absorb hidden or deep information, mark 1 fatigue and roll with focus instead of creativity and become prepared. So I'm kind of using these things in conjunction with each other, just to give him a new thing to play with.
Great. We're going to go to Zola to talk about Clove.
Yeah, quickly, what was the version, the playbook that was like the leader? Because that's where I took my... It's called...
Oh, the pillar?
The pillar, yeah, maybe it's the pillar.
What?
Yeah, it's called Taking Care of Business.
Yep, the pillar.
Yeah, cool. Great. So I had 3 growth points to spend. So I decided to raise a stat. So I have raised Clove's creativity. I think like as she kind of like really has her eye on how Tariq kind of like...
No, you could just finish that sentence. How Clove has
Her eye on Tariq.
her eye on Tariq.
Close up. But like just like kind of the different way that he approaches things is very creative, and I think she's kind of like taken inspiration from that. So her creativity is now 0, up from -1. And I also decided to take a move from the Pillars playbook, which is called Taking Care of Business. And when you lose your balance in a battle, instead of choosing one of the normal options, you can instead sacrifice yourself for your companions. Your friends have a chance to get away, or kind of just there's a break, and they're able to take advantage of that. And I can also choose to leave a clue for them to follow, throw them a valuable object, or provoke my opponent, shifting their balance too.
Nice.
Yeah.
So if
Nice.
you
I feel like
fall
very
off your
like
balance,
martyry, yeah.
yeah, if you fall off your balance track, you get to do something
Yeah,
really
yeah.
heroic.
Really cool.
Yes,
Yeah.
and like dramatic.
Great, love it.
Amazing. Phil, would you please tell us what Zhang's taken?
Yeah, so Zhang was point poor compared to the other two. I only had 2 points to spend. So I spent those 2 on unlocking my moment of balance for my playbook from the hammer. And it reads as follows. You can knock down every wall in the world, but balance isn't found in conquest and destruction. You know some walls need to stand to keep people safe. Tell the GM how you put yourself directly in the path of an inescapable threat to completely protect someone or something from harm. So my moment of balance is something that I can only use when I am at my center, wherever that center is, which is currently +1 to force. If I'm at that balance point, I can invoke my moment of balance in a dramatic moment to kind of win the scene, essentially, with a bit of dramatic explosivity.
Great. And Ellen, would you please tell us what Kana has taken?
Yeah, similarly to Phil, I believe, Kana has been a bit point poor. It's it's been a few steps forward, many steps backwards in terms of getting them points. So I figured through the tutorship from Clove and really recentering herself towards this fight, she has earned a plus in focus, in her status focus, and in passion. Obviously, she just blew up a building, so I felt like that was appropriate.
Very good.
Yes.
The night passes.
We have to do
pardon.
my
Yes.
guarding
And
questions.
you'll have to do as you awake. We're going to do some start of the day questions for our characters. So Zola, would you please take Chloe through the guiding questions of
Cool.
being a guardian?
So, do you believe your ward listens to you more often than not? Yes, because you keep rolling badly.
Correct.
So that's a yes. Have you recently protected them or helped them with a problem? I would say no.
I would say yes.
Oh,
I would
okay.
I would say just that yes, you have, and you've done that by offering them direct instruction.
Yeah,
Look
true.
after us. Stop thinking you're the leader and look back.
Get your head out of your bottom.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Okay, I'll take it. And is there an immediate threat to your ward that you're aware of? I'm gonna say no, even though we know what we're going towards, we also know that it's like very far away, so it's certainly not immediate.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless you consider Kana to be a threat to him.
Oh, definitely do. Definitely do. Okay, great. So I'm rolling with a +3. 'cause
Great.
I'm a good guardian.
Looking out for me.
Did also tell him to keep an eye on me.
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
13. So that's definitely a hit.
13.
So I have 2 holds on him, which means that I can either take 10 without rolling on any move to defend or protect him, track him down even if he's hiding or avoiding me, and figure out what he's up to without him knowing.
Great. Lovely. Very
I got
good.
2 of those.
Yeah, very good.
Sneaky.
They're pretty powerful.
It's the beginning of the morning, and I'd like for all of you to tell me where your balance is, and then tell me where you're leaning.
Well, maybe I'll just keep talking because I just went. So my balance is still at center, but I think she has... no, I think after last night's discussion, I think she is also waking up at center.
At center.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not leaning either which way.
No, I don't think so.
Very good. Sean, would you please tell us about Tariq's?
So he is still at center. I was thinking after the events of last night he'd be jumping to survival, but I feel like his focus towards Clove and her kind of stepping up and be like, no, let's do this, kind of puts him more towards Clove, so he's going to stay at center.
Okay, great. Phil, would you please tell me about where Zhang is at?
So Zhang's center has shifted to +1 force, -1 care. But I think after the last thing that was said to him last night by Clove, he's going to wake up at his center point 0-0.
Okay, so you're pushing it towards the center.
Yes.
Yeah, great.
I'm currently at 0-0.
Yeah, beautiful. And Ellen, would you please tell me about where Kana is at?
Yes, so my new balance is now +1 towards tradition, but I do believe after the...
Your new center is...
Oh, yes, sorry.
Yeah.
My center is at +1 towards tradition after I fell off my balance. But I believe after last night of everyone coming together that my balance is at 0. So I'm
Yep.
moving towards the right for
Yeah, got you.
tradition.
Progress.
Towards progress, yes.
Okay. You have traveled several days and several nights by this point. We are going to push on as if you have traveled those days.
Travel music.
It's been long and hard going. Think Lord of the Rings, beautiful helicopter aerial shot of the Fellowship climbing over the mountains.
Amazing.
Dwarves are great sprinters.
Very dangerous over long distance. Short distance. You have traveled the majority of these snowy peaked mountains and hills. You are on the other side. You have made it over. It is maybe a week's journey, 7 days, until you will reach your destination, Gaipan Village. As you come over the hills and mountains, you have noticed that there have been signs of large groups of people setting up camps, broad encampments, hastily put out campfires. And this is maybe 30, 40 people in this area that you are kind of following. It has maybe been, you are maybe a couple of days behind them, if that. They're a large group, so they move slower than you. And you can tell as you've traversed that you are keeping pace, if not gaining on them.
I'd like to go over and assess the situation. Kind of
Sure.
like use Clove's tracking skills to... I'm trying to... Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
You want to
like,
suss it out.
She's looking for like signs of like Fire Nation, essentially. Or versus signs of refugees.
Yeah.
So...
And Tariq's going to come up kind of sticking close to Clove and is going to be trying to use his skills to complement
Okay.
her as well to see what she misses.
Yep, no worries. So you can help.
Yeah, and
You
might
can't,
need
you
to...
can't roll independent.
That is correct.
It'll just be the one person.
Yes.
So, rolling on your creativity.
Sure, yes, I just realised that that's what I'm going to be doing.
With a +1, with help.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
Good.
This is why I help.
So that's 8 anyway.
Okay, you don't need to help.
Oh, great. Do I still mark the fatigue
No,
for the help?
no,
Okay,
no. No, you only help if you need
If
to.
I help, yeah.
You only help if you help.
You only help if you help.
Do I have to ask one of these specific
Yes,
questions?
please.
Okay.
Because one of my moves allows me to ask different questions, so they have to be
It
from
has
that
to be this.
list.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What should I be on the lookout for?
So this is definitely Fire Nation. The organization of these encampments is very clearly a disciplined, maybe like skirmishing group or like a small battalion, like a small, what's the term that I'm looking for?
Battalion's
Squad.
right.
Squad,
Yeah.
squad, or like an auxiliary squad.
A scouting
Right,
group.
yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
It's not the main force, but it is definitely well equipped.
What do you see?
Tariq, do you see over there? Do you see those scorch marks on the ground? I think they've been training here. I think this is Fire Nation.
Whoa.
And I can't see any real signs of comfort or that they've stayed here for very long. It looks like they've come in, set up really quickly and gone. So we can't be that far behind them.
I was going to say, do you think we can catch up to them? Do we want to catch up to them?
Yes.
We have to.
I think if we moved right now and just tracked them, I think we maybe could. There may be a day in front of us by the looks of these scorches and the way the footprints are and the way the dirt is still intact. They can't be that far ahead of us.
I think they're the front of the group. They might not be moving that fast.
I think it's important to note that there seems to be quite a few of them.
Well, if we go forward, we do this. No explosions.
Unless we have to.
No explosions. And he starts to walk off.
I imagine
Dead
Carter's in
serious.
between both of them.
I'm just going to be like, Tariq, it's this way.
He walks back off screen in the other direction.
God, he really is the sucker, isn't he?
You have been listening to Homeland, which is a Roll2Cast production. The best way to find us is on Twitter, Discord, and our Patreon. All our podcasts are on Acast, Spotify, YouTube, and all good podcatchers. You can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Roll2Cast. Avatar Legends, the role-playing game, was created by Magpie Games. Nickelodeon, Avatar, and all related titles, logos, and characters are trademarks of Viacom International Incorporated.
It has been a long while since you have been in the small village of the Iron Village, where you left quite a ruckus, quite a fight, quite a destructive impact, liberating and destroying as you went, and you have traveled over the mountains, or are traveling through the mountains, snow-capped at this point, and the going is hard. I want to take that again, because that feels wrong.
Sure. That's right. This all becomes like a post-episode thing
Yeah,
that I
exactly.
can use later.
Yeah.
With a sleep, didn't we?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Did we? Did we
I don't
actually
think you
leave
slept.
the town?
I don't think you left the town, but we didn't have a sleep scene.
We had us walking away from that
That's right.
person that got stuck in the rocks.
Yes.
We're like,
Yeah.
goodbye.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
because I remember us being like, we're walking away and it's like silhouetted in
Yeah.
like...
Yeah.
Yes,
Exactly.
exactly.
Okay.
We got a new objective, which is the town of
Guy Pan.
Guy Pan, which is where
Why is
Bashira
it girl
is
pan?
the staging point.
It's so lame. And I just sat
Very, very Tariq.
Don't worry.
Wait, gulp.
The guy.
I do wish we had videos sometimes for like, I don't know, someone just like, because you have to